What is up, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of Our 6D Journey. My name is Lucas, and I'm here to help us build healthy relationships. 2020 has been a whirlwind of energy. It has been up and then down and then sideways and inside out and then right side in. It has been a lot. I walked into this new year with the intention of being more compassionate towards people around me, especially people that are in circumstances that I completely have never experienced and or never experienced. Wow, as I said that, I'm kind of going, oh, never say never, Lucas. And my ability to be compassionate and open and receptive to people has been growing. There's been kind of this isolation energy showing up where I feel like I'm reclusing back a lot and I'm keeping a lot of distance between people around me that are both directly involved with me, like family and friends, but also keeping distance with people that I don't really even know out in the real world, that I get approached a lot, and people are like, oh, hey, I love your clothes, what's going on? Oh, hey, I love your vibe, what's going on? Oh, hey, I saw you doing this, what's going on? Oh, hey, do you dance? Oh, hey. There's been a lot of approaching that's been happening this year, and if you, like me, are in kind of this self-reflective space where you're processing what it is you want to give the world and how it is you want to receive the information of the world around you, you might also find yourself in reclusivity. Is that a word? It is now. And the reason I've been doing this is because there's this separation going on right now of people that are on a path towards spirituality and people that are on a path towards earthly existence, right? There's a complete separation in ideals among these two different groups. And as someone who wants to embody and resonate with both things, I want to embody and resonate both with earthly action along with spiritual mindfulness. And I've been getting some chastising energy that's been showing up in my field lately of people going, why do you do that? Why are you so ritualistic? What are you doing when you're moving your hand around? What are you doing when you sit and meditate? What are you doing when you all of a sudden you do this? And there are these moments where I feel overwhelmed with the information around me, whether it be the people's personalities or the situation in the room or the type of event I'm at, where all of a sudden I'm going, wow, I'm really overwhelmed right now. I don't know how to respond to this. I should just check in with myself. And it's that check-in process that's given me a lot of clarity, that gives me a lot of peace. And I just had no idea how many people weren't like that. It seems like there's a lot of people that do not process energy. I had no idea. I've mentioned this. My grandmother's moved in. She's very earthy, very realistic, and she finds a lot of my rituals and a lot of my thinking through things too deeply as excessive. And I'm running around the woods, man, with nowhere to go. Frozen 2, Lost in the Woods. I am lost in the woods. There's this deep inner part of myself that tells me, stay on your path. Keep walking the path of spirituality. The other day I was cleaning the house and I had opened the doors and the windows and I was standing in the middle of the room and I was just feeling the air pass around me, noticing the wind currents, and my grandmother goes, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm just testing out the wind to make sure the air's getting around the apartment, make sure we can clear it out. Hi, Annika. I love this little chair I have going on now where they can be right behind me. And it's like trying to explain to someone who's earthly minded what we're doing in our spiritual mindfulness is nearly impossible. We can try to explain it to them, but sometimes they're just not going to get it. And I think part of my video today, I want to talk about how if you're finding the need to explain and express everything that's going on with you to people that are probably just not going to get it, we have to remind ourselves that we each have incarnated on this planet at this specific time with a particular purpose. And there are people that are here that that's just not part of their life path. They're not going to embrace spirituality. They're not going to embrace the higher self. They're not going to embrace looking for the light in everything. And a struggle that I've been getting really, really wrapped up in is that when I meet these people that are not on the same mindset or wavelength, resonance, vibration as me, I try changing them. I try to over-explain myself and convince them that what I believe is real. And the most common question I keep getting from my grandmother is, do these rituals actually work? And there's kind of this energy brewing right now of, well, if you're a manifester and you know the secret of the law of attraction, why aren't you a millionaire? Why aren't you living in this huge house? Why don't you have the perfect job? Why don't you have the perfect partner? The perfect partner. Is there a perfect partner? And the energy right now that keeps showing up for me is a reminder that when you're walking your path with relationships, maintaining your sense of integrity without trying to change the things around you is really what it's all about. And I'm getting a message now from one of my teachers I had that said spirituality is a very private practice. And that message is hitting home so hard right now. It's a private practice because each of us has a life goal and a life path and a place that we're heading to, and it doesn't resonate with everybody. It just doesn't. And I think what happens is that I remember growing up, we had what we called Bible-thumping Christians, and lots of quotes today. Bible-thumping Christians that would walk around and cast their beliefs on everyone else. And I've not heard a lot of positive comments about Bible thumpers. But it's the same thing for metaphysical people and for people that are in the 5D plane and for people that are omni-spiritualists, and is that we go around and we thump our spiritual beliefs, our practices on other people. We tell people what kind of relationship to have, how to have that relationship, when to do stuff, where you should do stuff, why things are happening. We try to tell people all this stuff about our who, what, when, where, why, how. When the simple reality is, it's supposed to be personal. And the inner workings of your relationship versus my relationship are supposed to be different. They're not supposed to be the same. And that's one reason why love life is supposed to be a sacred thing, because sacred also implies private. Rituals are private. And it's something that we do in the security and safety of our own circle that makes it authentic to us. As soon as you bring someone else in, their energy, the fact that they're viewing you, is going to change how you're moving. And I'm just in the middle of this big slump right now with things where, and if this resonates with you, power to you, where I just feel kind of lost in my own spirituality and my own view of relationships. I've made some videos about relationships and rules that I have that since those videos have been made, I've broken those rules and thought to myself, maybe that really didn't matter. I think all relationships require sacrifice, and a part of me wants to be romantic and idealistic and say no. When the perfect partner shows up, they will resonate exactly with you. Everything will just line up in the stars. I'm starting to think that's not a thing. And maybe I'm being negative. Maybe I'm being realistic. But all relationships are work. It doesn't matter if it's your friend or a classmate or your lover of 10 years, or the boyfriend you started dating 2 weeks ago, your mom, your grandmother, your little cousin. All relationships take work, because at some point we arrive to a destination where people that are there have different beliefs. Person A thinks, oh, we need to save money. Save, 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 save. Do not spend. Money is scarce. And we have another person going, money is free. Spend it freely. Don't worry about it. Whatever you give out comes back to you. And those two people are standing in the same spot, and they're both demanding their right. And those examples of polarity inside of life ideals will always be there. You cannot escape them. And I think that one of the problems that millennials and newer souls in this planet are having is they're wanting to step away and seclude themselves from all the separation, from all the things that don't mesh up exactly with them, and find their soul tribe. And that's all fine and dandy. However, it is impossible to avoid people that are not on the same wavelength as you. And the healthy, best option for learning how to deal with those energies is processing them from a place of non-judgment, from a place of compassion, from a place of you do you, I do me, we do we, it's okay. And that's a struggle. It's a struggle for me. It's probably a struggle for you. It's probably a struggle for them and us. And it's because there is separation in this plane. You know, we can upgrade to the 5th, 6th, and 7th dimensional plane and go into the soul, but that separation, my cat, that separation will always be prevalent. You know, the world fell from grace a long time ago. Humans fell from grace a long time ago. And we embarked on a journey of self-identity, of being able to identify and represent a certain viewpoint of our own selves, right? And each of us has our own set of goals and our own set of thoughts, and that unification of detaching ego, it's not going to happen in this lifetime. It's not going to happen in this lifetime. And it's when we learn to accept, honor, and appreciate all the differences around us that we ascend. We ascend up into a state of grace, into a state of peace, serenity, bliss, joy. Our own manifestation of abundance comes when we accept that we're us and they're them. And sometimes they match, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you get two at the same time, where they match one way and don't in another. And that's part of the balancing act that I think we're all going through right now as people, is that we are restructuring and reorganizing how we interact and harmonize with all the other people around us. And life brings us to these moments when we have to be around others. We have to. You know, my one that's happening right now is my grandmother. She had to leave Oklahoma, move down here. Moving with me was the best option. I offered 2 years ago, 3 years ago, and it's working out now. And now that we're in the same space, I'm seeing how much we have in common on like a base running program level. Like if you looked at our personalities as like coding in a computer, we have a lot of the same operating system applications. But then all the things that came in on top of it, the smaller stuff, there's a lot of dissonance. A lot of dissonance. Where we just don't see things the same way. We might see the same things and have the same ideal of this works and that doesn't, but how we process it and how we move through the things that don't work or do work, totally, completely, 100% different. And trying to change someone is the fastest way to ruin your time and theirs. Just don't change them. Let them be themselves and just listen. You know, it's like watching a movie. You can watch a movie and see a character and not bring it into yourself, right? You don't have to bring it into yourself. You can just witness it and appreciate it. Appreciate the pessimist. Appreciate the realist. Appreciate the dream crusher. Love them. Love them. You know, and if they don't resonate with you, let it pass through you. I think a big struggle is we try to resist. We're like, oh, I'm going to resist this. I'm going to resist this energy. I'm going to train this energy. I'm going to help this person grow. And in the process, we give all of our power away because we spend so much energy trying to make them different. You know, all the times people try to make me different in my life, it didn't work. But all the times that I stumbled across knowledge and stumbled into information or went out looking for information and found it from a person, place, or thing, that was when I changed. And that's a lesson that I preached in my other videos, is that if they don't open a door of going, I want to learn this, don't say anything. Don't say a word, because you'll damn yourself. You'll damn yourself. It's true. It's just true. It's just the way it is. My whole perspective has changed, guys, on relationships. It really has. And right now, we need an activation. No. We're going to get a message from the angels. An Angel Energy Oracle Guidebook deck. So, I like to call in now all my guides and spirit team to help guide this last card of energy. What's happening in the world? This one's sticking out already. I want this one. Ooh. Card came up as the Yin and Yang card number 22. So, when this card comes in upside down, it's saying that right now we're in a Yang cycle. This is a time to be active, to be outgoing. This is a time to call in the logical approach to life and make sure that we're being very purposeful. This is about new beginnings and being creative. And there's a significant outer change taking place right now. So we need to let ourselves apply more forceful energy to the tasks at hand. Be more diplomatic in how you're taking care of your own things. And to charge your, I think, this is the masculine cycle, right? This is Yang is masculine. The affirmation is, I am open to understanding the cycle I'm in, and I am willing to utilize its energy beneficially. All that I need is already part of me. Become your own sun. Embrace a sense of creative willpower. Accept the darkness within you. Accept the darkness within you. And that's part of what the lesson is for me right now too with the family thing, is that I came from that. Like, those are my roots. You know, like, that made my mom, which made me. Therefore, that made me. And that's so hard to accept. People, like, we get so worked up when our family doesn't vibrate with us. And I'm going, sometimes it's someone's pessimism that leads to someone's optimism. So be thankful for your pessimists. They help you. They help you. You know help? They do. And so we're here. You guys have a great night. Check in. Leave a comment if you want to get a free reading.